Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again. I'm super excited to be here outside doing a routine for you. Today we're just going to do a quick video on stretching for your lower back. Lower back pain actually affects about 80% of our adult population out there. So especially when you're pregnant, you can get a lot of lower back pain. So if you're anything like me, I get a lot of sacral or sciatica pain, and these stretches have really helped alleviate some of that pain. So please, if you like this video and you want to see more in the future, consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. Let's give it a go.
All right, first we're going to start in all fours and do cat-cow. Pull in your belly button towards the ceiling or towards the sky for the cat position, and then arch your back and release your abs into the cow position. You should do this about 8 to 10 times. In this video, we're going to be doing it about 5 just to keep things a little bit shorter. This is great for improving your posture, strengthening and stretching your spine and your neck. It stretches your abdomen and your back. It's just an all-around really great and really simple stretch strengthening exercise to do for your back. Really kind of calms you too. So then I just like to kind of just shake it all out, and then we're going to go into a child's pose. Child's pose is just great for not only allowing for lower back to open up and lengthen, but releasing tension that you hold there from all your daily activities. We just don't realize how much tension we hold in our back on a daily basis. When your legs are wide like this, when you're pretty far along in pregnancy, it opens up the hips, which can hold a lot of tension if you sit for long periods of time. And each of these stretches we're going to hold for about 30 seconds and then release. All right, so we're releasing from that child's pose. And then we're going to bring ourselves into a low lunge, keeping our left knee down on the ground and bringing up and bending our right knee. And this is a really great hip flexor stretch. It relieves the tightness in the muscles if you sit a lot. A lot of us have, sit-down jobs where we have to sit for long periods of time. This will just kind of help relieve some of that tightness in those muscles. And we're going to go back into a kneeling hamstring stretch. A lot of people don't really realize that the hamstrings are part of the core. It's important to stretch these out because it actually attaches to the pelvis. If you have tightness in your lower back, then by stretching out just the hamstrings, you can relieve some of that tension in the lower back. All right, now we're going to release that hamstring stretch and move to the other side for the low lunge on the left. Let's get into that same position that we did for the right side. And then sometimes as you hold it for, a little bit longer, we can sink more into that stretch. And by all means, if any of these stretches feel great for your lower back and are helping with some of that tightness and soreness, hold them for longer than 30 seconds. Just pause the video and sit there for about a minute or so. All right, now release that and go into our kneeling hamstring stretch on the left. And we want to do these stretches. We don't want to cause pain. We just go as deep into the stretch as your body allows you. Don't push yourself. All right, from here we're going to move into a frog stretch. So we're going to just spread our legs there against our mat. and lean forward onto our elbows. The closer that you have your feet together in the back, then the easier it will be, and the further apart, the more difficult it will be. The frog stretch is great for the hips and lower back, of course. Increases our flexibility in our adductors. And then we'll release from that and go into a butterfly stretch. Just hold our feet together there. Push our knees outward and lean forward if we can. This is just great for stretching out those adductors. All right, so we're going to release from that butterfly stretch. And then next we'll go into a seated piriformis stretch. So just put that right foot over the left knee. Kind of pull yourself in. Push that right knee out to give it a really good stretch. You can, if you're in at least your first trimester, you can do this laying on your back and lift up your left leg and pull it into you to get a really good stretch. But after the first trimester, you should not lay on your back to do any exercises. So we'll release that and then go and pull the left leg over the right knee. Either push your knee out, pull yourself in. You'll feel that really good piriformis stretch, which helps create space when you have sciatic pain, when your sciatica is being pinched. This muscle actually connects to the spine, so it helps with a lot of that lower back pain. All right, release from that. And then we're going to go into a pigeon pose. Just bring that left leg back. Kind of bend forward as much as you can. If not, then sit up straight, whichever works for you. This is just a great stretch for opening up the hips and opening up the hip joints. Kind of lengthens the hip flexors. You'll really feel it in that right side there. All right, so we're going to release from that and go into a log pose. So the leg that you had behind, pull that left leg up over onto the right knee. And this is an awesome stretch. You'll feel it really good in your outer hips. Hold that, lean forward as much as you can. Don't lean forward, just sitting up. This is a really good stretch. All right, so now we'll release and we'll do the pigeon on the other side. So now bring in that left leg and then bring back the right leg. Get situated into that pigeon stretch. Lean forward if you can. If you can't, don't feel bad. Just sit up. Still an awesome stretch either way. This has really helped with a lot of sciatica pain on myself. So I highly recommend doing this one. And then we'll release out of that pigeon and do the log pose. Bringing that right foot over the left knee. Leaning forward if you can. If you can't, sit up. That's fine. And just feel that really great stretch in the outer hips. This one again stretches the piriformis, which obviously will help with a lot of the sciatic pain too. All right, and you can release from that. You guys did great today. If you found some benefit from these stretches and you really liked this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today.